Hey, darlings. I feel a little lightheaded. I don't know what's going on. So, this will be fun. I have a headache. It's getting better. Positive thinking. So, today I'm going to talk about something I learned about recently called second puberty or delayed adolescence for queer people. So, this is the idea that when you're a youngin', like a preteen, teenager, if you are of the queer persuasion, you may not have been able to engage with other queer people or people of the same gender or whatever other genders that you like in the way that like a straight person might be able to. So take, for example, young Kira might have even when I was young, I didn't do a whole heck ton of flirting and figuring myself out, but I did some. And I had crushes on boys, and I don't even know if I flirted. I was a mess. But anyway, I still got a chance to date a little bit and all of that, and I got to figure out kind of who I was into and who I was when I dated, and I got to figure out sexy stuff and all of that with men, not with females or NBs. And so now that I'm like 34 and finally just being like, I am bi or queer or pan or whatever word I choose at the moment, find myself basically like a bumbling teenager or preteen when it comes to girls or NBs, because I didn't get that chance to figure that stuff out at that appropriate age. So I have someone that I have dated, and I feel like terrified in her presence. I get really dumb. I feel like I should be kinder to myself. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just afraid. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I feel so awkward. Like, I could date a guy and be like nervous, but I would feel relatively confident in who I was. But with a female person, I'm just like, I'm just like freaking out and like is it scared? Because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. I feel young and uncertain. And same thing with a NB person that I didn't date, but I don't know. Very much like, love, all that good stuff. Definitely felt the same way with them, even though I've known them for a very long time. So, yeah, just this feeling, and it came out. Wow, I feel awesome. More electrolyte water. I look like I'm bald again. I have hair. Should I just go like this? Nope. Okay. I'm feeling better. It's fine. I first learned about this on the God is Great channel. The lady who runs it, her name is Brenda, and I like her a lot because she's a progressive Christian that really helped me when I was kind of struggling with my faith, because her whole thing is God is gray. He's not black and white, and you can be like a sex positive, queer affirming Christian and have questions and doubts and all that good stuff. But anyway, so she had a video that came out recently, as of right now, with her friend Grace something, aka Semler, because she does music. And Brenda came out as bi, and she was talking about how she felt like she was going through a second puberty. And Grace is like, yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing that happens to people. And I'm like, what? Come again? Come again. So then I tried looking it up, because I was like, I want to learn more, because that sounds like something that I might be going through. And I came across this guy's channel that was talking about delayed adolescence, and he is a psychologist, psychologist, I believe, and was saying that he's like, yeah, I believe this is a thing. Do you think I should do more research? I'm like, yes, more research needed. Because it's like, it makes total sense. And the way he described it was awesome. Like I said, just when you don't have that chance to figure it out as a youngin', then you're an adult and you're like, and he did say that there can be a lot of risky behaviors that come with that, and some kind of like young juvenile behaviors, maybe being up really late and drinking, or like drug abuse or rebellion or all that. And so I was like, well, I'm really glad I'm not experiencing that, because I am relatively obsessed with my health, even though I did have some like fried sushi that I probably shouldn't have, and that might be contributing to me not feeling the best. But I am feeling better. Electrolytes. They make plants grow. No, they don't. What was I saying? This is awesome. Yeah. So like I was saying, luckily I don't have I haven't had any impulses to do risky stuff. I do feel a bit girl crazy. I do feel that. And I think it's, for me, part of it's exciting because it's like this whole other world that's opened up. It's like the other half of the population. I'm like, oh, I do like them. Ooh, because before I thought I was just like, seeing how pretty women were. I'm like, is that woman prettier than me? Because I totally thought it was like just a like a social thing, because there's a stupid social status thing about like equating a woman's prettiness with her worth. And so I was like, oh, it's just this like weird societal conditioning where it's me just being like, ooh, like a subconscious, is she worth more than me, like according to society's values? No, I'm just totally checking her out. Totally checking out that lady, because I like the ladies and the men. So knowing that's been liberating, and so I think it does make me more more aware, more hyper-focused. I don't know what the word is. Why am I doing this? Why I don't feel the greatest? Consistency. So that's been fun. And another thing that I've been going through that feels kind of like puberty is figuring out like, how do I want to dress? How do I want to present myself? Because sometimes I feel more like a STEM, like a stud femme. And I can say that because I'm a person of color, because apparently you should not call a female person or female-bodied person or I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone. I'm sorry if I mess up words. Please tell me if I do. What was I even saying? I don't know. Anyway, apparently studs are more masculine presenting women of color. Because apparently there are like white lesbians or queer women that are like, I'm a stud, and then there are black or women of color or queer people of color or NBs, or I'm trying to be inclusive. Someday I'll figure it out. That are just like, nope, you're not a stud because you're white. So stud is STEM is stud, and femme, like in between, a little bit more androgynous. Like I don't feel like I look necessarily androgynous, but I do like to have my like lock hawk. Wow, this is awesome. I'm very tired. Why am I doing this? Like I said, consistency, goodness, stay on track, Kira. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so anyway, sometimes I really like stealing my male loves button downs and wearing those and mixing a little bit of feminine and masculine. And it's interesting for me because I'm very attracted to more masculine queer women or NBs. but also like feminine ones as well. And then I try to figure out like, but how do I want to present? Because sometimes like I might feel like I want to present in a more masculine way. And so it's been interesting figuring that out. And I know I do feel comfortable with she, her, and I do sometimes like to be more hyper feminine and wear like a pretty pink dress that accentuates my curves. But sometimes I do want to wear like a men's button down, maybe like some suspenders and all of that. So it's interesting. I feel like I'm figuring out my style and all of that jazz. And it's confusing and it's interesting, but it feels like puberty. It feels like trying to figure myself out and my style and all of that. And then also trying to figure out like, am I a top? Am I a bottom? I'm pretty sure I'm a switch. And then of course it is like, who are you with? Because my one envy friend is more of a top, and I'm just like, I will bottom to you all day. And then somebody else that I'm dating is more of a like submissive, so I'm assuming more of a bottom. Like those are not necessarily, they do not necessarily go hand in hand, like dominant top, submissive bottom, but it seems like they generally do. But I'm just like, ooh, I will top you, I will dom you. Yeah. Got like this very like swagger feel, of course, like, and then I don't feel that way at the same time because I feel like a bumbling teenager. Sounds weird, like having the mixture of just like, I'll dom you, and then being like, Rudy. That's ridiculous. So yeah, second puberty or delayed adolescence for queer folk is a thing, and it's interesting. And apparently it's not as much of a thing for the newer generations that can do more of this exploring while like during the time you normally would. So that's cool that can happen. I know it doesn't happen everywhere. I know there's still going to be parts of the world or even the United States that people are going to have to hide who they are. But I would love if people didn't have to, that if this wasn't a thing, there weren't 34-year-old Kiras feeling like a preteen girl around their women or NBs. So yeah, that's fun. That's a good time. So if you are feeling like a bumbling teenager around the same sex or whatever gender you weren't supposed to want, according to some people, and you were just, you feel awkward and weird, you're not alone. You are not alone, but please take care of yourself. Like the one guy, the psychologist was like, yeah, there's like pretty high rates of drug abuse in the queer culture. And like I said, people like doing stuff that's really rebellious, like staying up all night and going on benders, and like, please take care of yourself. Like, find out who you are, find out who you want to date, find out what you like, find out how you like to be with other people. But please, take care of yourself. Make sure your body feels great. Maybe don't shove a ton of fried sushi in your face like I just did, because I try to take good care of myself. I had a salad for lunch. Been doing that. It did not counteract the fried sushi. Why did I do that? Okay. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. And I hope you have a wonderful, lovely night. Okay, bye.